FSS Act 2006. FSS Act 2006 is also known as FSSA. Now, whenever you say FSSA 2006, then it is FSSA 2006. FSS Act, then it is FSS Act 2006. For example, if you are saying A, then you did not mean not to say Act in it. Okay, this is a very important and minute thing that many students make mistake. Say then say FSSA 2006. If you are saying an Act, then Act 2006. I hope this is clear. This is a lecture number 1. You can also consider it as evolution of FSS Act 2006. Okay, so this is combined into our FSS Act, a complete bunch of information and knowledge that you will be getting. So I would again say just 20 minutes of previous lecture content that you will see in this lecture will be all new. Way back in early 1988, when PM Council on Trade and Industry appointed a subject group on food and agro industries that recommended for one legislation on food with a food regulatory authority for both procurement and export. Now, what does it say? The story of all this FSS Act and FSSAI is dating back to the year 1988, where a PM Council on Trade and Industry appointed a subject group. Which subject group? Of food and agro industries that recommended one comprehensive legislation, means it recommended for one comprehensive law. That law in today, in 2026, you know that act as an FSS Act 2006. So that act is dating back to 1988 with a food regulatory authority for both domestic and export. So what did that council said? It said that you need one comprehensive legislation or act that is today, and you need one regulatory authority for both domestic and export, that is today known as FSSAI. But this story is dating back to 1988. Now, after that, Joint Parliamentary Committee on Pesticide Residues, in its report in 2004, emphasized need to converge all present food laws and to have a single regulatory body. Now, you all know whenever there's a buzz in government doing something, they do in a very slowly manner. They have their own pace. From 1988, now stories coming back to 2004 into a Joint Parliamentary Committee. Now, this Joint Parliamentary Committee are very important on pesticide residues. Before this FSSAI and FSS Act, pesticide residues committee was very important. Many of the acts and regulations and many of the things that have been of today's act have been taken from pesticide residues committee. So, in its report in 2004, they said there is an emphasis, there is an importance to converge all the present food laws. There were many food laws that you will be studying in the further class. How many acts and orders were repealed in FSS Act 2006. So they said that you don't need so much of regulations and laws. We just need a food law and a single regulatory body. So we have to merge all these present food laws, and we should have a single regulatory body. That single regulatory body today is known as FSSAI. Now, after 2004, Standing Committee of Parliament on April 2005, in its 12th report, expressed that much needed legislation on integrated food law should be expedited. Now, the story was going from 1988 to 2004. Now, people were thinking that it is going at a very slow pace. So, Standing Committee of Parliament on April 2005, in its 12th report, expressed what it expressed, said that its legislation of this law should be expedited. Integrated law that you are making, integrated means you have to combine all the present existing law and make a single compact one-stop law for you all. That is today you know as FSS Act 2006. So Standing Committee, what they said that okay, everything is great, but you are going very slowly. So you have to expedite it, increase the speed so that we can have a much needed legislator or much needed law of food safety on should be expedited. Means it should be fast enough. It should come faster. It should not be like from 1988 you are just sitting with that with the idea, and 2004 now we have been into 2005, nothing have happened much. So they said don't do anything, just expedite the process. Whatever you are saying is completely perfect, it's right, but please expedite the process, was said by Standing Committee of Parliament. Therefore, UPA government introduced a bill called Food Safety and Standard Bill 2005 in Parliament, Lok Sabha on 25th August 2005. Now, very important thing that I want to tell you is that any act is first known as bill. Don't worry, students. please cooperate with me. Few slides are from previous lectures because I want to have a, like I am streamlining, coordinating everything in a way that whenever you see any lecture, you don't have to go anywhere. That is why this FSS Act starting lecture, starting slide you are seeing from the previous slide. So don't worry on it. Okay, something I am explaining you in a second way, you will only get a good you can say understanding of that topic. Now they introduced a bill known as Food Safety and Standard Bill 2005 in Parliament. Now whenever something comes in the Parliament, it is known as bill. Okay, bill then goes into Lok Sabha. Okay, it has gone into Lok Sabha, in which all the discussion regarding the bill happens. Okay, how is the bill, what amendment needs to be done, and all these things. That are a more of discussion happens on the floor. Then the bill was referred to select committee. Now you all know any bill that is coming into the Lok Sabha directly don't get passed. First of all, they need the majority. Secondly, there are some always there are some sort of you can say things that are not needed in the act, in the bill, that needs to be changed. So that all the changes and hook and shoes are all done, and then the bill was referred to select committee, and then finally when the bill came, it was passed by the Lok Sabha on 26 July 2006. This year is also very important. 26 July 2006, the bill was passed in the Lok Sabha. So bill went to the Lok Sabha, then again it went to the Lok Sabha and was passed on 23rd August. 26 July 2006. Now the bill has still not become an act. Now the bill always moves to the second floor, that is upper house, that is known as Rajya Sabha. And by the Rajya Sabha on 2nd August 2006, it was also passed in Rajya Sabha on 2nd August 2006. Now food safety. Now one more thing, bill going to Lok Sabha and then the Rajya Sabha. Here also it is passed on 2nd August 2006. The bill has still not become an act. I again repeat, the bill has still not become an act. The Food Safety and Standard Act 2006 received assent of President of India on 23rd August 2006. Now the bill becomes an act. Whenever President of India signs the bill becomes an act. Okay. After only the procedure is that the bill comes to the Parliament, goes to the discussion, then goes to the Lok Sabha. We have that voting. The bill is passed, then goes to the Rajya Sabha. We have the voting. The bill is passed. Still, the bill has not become an act. Now the bill goes to the President of India. He signs the bill, and the bill becomes an act. That is known as FSS Act 2006. Mind it, there are two terms: enacted or assented, and came in force. These are two different things. Okay, enacted or assented to means the year in which the President signs the bill is known as the year of enactment. Whenever you see the year of any act, it means the President signed that bill in that year. But I again repeat, came into force the different year. For example, some act is made today. Therefore, by implementation, all these things, it takes time. So it always takes some duration from an enactment or an assentment to your coming into the force. So on 23rd August 2006, why? Because the day the President of India signs the bill, it becomes that day, that month, and that year becomes very important, and that becomes the year of the act. Okay, so you will always say FSS Act 2006 or Act of 2006. Now bill became an act and is known as Act 34 of 2006, dated 23rd August 2006. Now what is this Act 34? It is nothing. It is just that 33 acts were passed before that act of FSS Act 2006 in that year. So Act 34 of 2006. Okay, dated 23rd August 2006. It becomes the year and date and month of the act. Now act was made. Today also the act is running, but there was no amendment. There was no, you can say, changes in the act till 2023. There was a first amendment that took place, and that amendment took place by Jan Vishwas Amendment of Provision Act 2023 with effect from 11th August 2023. So in 2023 there was first amendment in the act. What are the amendments? I will tell you, don't worry. So there was some amendments in the act, and that was due to Jan Vishwas Amendment. Only one time the act has been amended. Now important thing, why I always say this is important, because I have made my premium Edtech group, 99 rupees group, just for first 1000 students. Why this group is important? All the serious aspirants, I need them on one platform, and that is the reason I have made a group that will be having no extra jokes, communications, only important quizzes, some important study materials, very important PDF notes, 10% discount if you purchase any other course, personal one-to-one interaction with me. We have weekly discussion, monthly one meet on Google Meet with all FSO toppers. All FSO and food related previous years question papers will be available, the discussion will be there, and all the notification that comes for the recruitment and all the government notification and the results, everything would be available on that group. So important group. I am providing this group as a group to make you study, a platform, a space to study for food safety examination, nothing else. So if you are interested, you can join me on 9818501899. One more thing that is important is that this is our technical helpline number. See, some technical queries that I get is that the classes are not, I'm not able to see the classes, or my course is not there. So you can, it happens sometimes in 2 to 3 months, just log out there and log in again, you will get all the required things. Okay, this is the technical number. Technical number means anything that you are having having some queries pertaining to your live classes, how you to see the PDF notes, where to see the PDF notes, where to see the live lectures, how to attend the live lectures, everything pertaining to technical part. 7563941370. Please note it down on your notes, note it down in your phone, so that just write Shahwar Chaudhary Edtech helpline number 7563941307. Okay, and one more thing, for any of the queries pertaining to course content, classes, doubts regarding any topic, Shahwar Chaudhary is there with you with a number of 9818501899. I am always available. I am always ready to help you in any sort, in any manner whatsoever. You can just ping me on WhatsApp and I am there standing with you. Okay, sometimes it happens, I am doing 10 of things, so I might not be able to pick on. You can just ping me on WhatsApp. I will give you the required. So you have written down my number, the helpline number, my number is there. So if you are interested, you can join this. Now the main objective of the bill. Is to bring out single statute, meaning law, relating to food and to provide a systematic and scientific development of food processing industry. It proposed to establish FSSAI. Now FSS Act established FSSAI. There was a question in UPSC in which 2 options was there. You had to tell the correct answer. One was FSSAI established FSSAI, or Act, or FSS Act established FSSAI. Always remember, Act establishes authority and not vice versa. So FSS Act established FSSAI, Food Safety Standards Authority of India, headquartered in New Delhi, which will fix food standards and regulate, monitor the manufacturing, import, processing, distribution and sale of food, so as to ensure the safe and wholesome food for the people. One guarantee that I give you, there are 3 topics that I will be covering. 4 topics that I will be covering in 2 to 3 months, and I can guarantee you no one can beat me and no one can give better content, better knowledge, better understanding, better clarity on these topics. These are FSS Act, evolution and genesis of FSS Act, evolution and genesis of FSSAI, FSSAI website, and one more important thing, FSSAI regulations. I will be dealing with all these things for next 2 to 3 months, and we'll be covering this important portion with utmost discipline, with utmost confidence, and with utmost knowledgeable classes. Okay. One request is that for you all, be attentive in class. If I always say, if you are attentive in class, the work done is 50% reduced. Okay. Another important thing, my mocks will be coming this month. 2 mocks will be provided to you. One is full length mock, and 3 mocks. One will be full length mock, and 2 will be sectional mocks available to you. Only on Shahwar Chaudhary Edtech you have that liberty to have a sectional mock. Otherwise, no other platform provides it. Now, after seeing my Edtech, they might be providing, no issues, but I am the first one to provide the sectional full length mock. That is not provided. So one more thing, one more very important point is that don't miss any class, because I always say don't wait for the vacancies. Don't wait. I would again say don't wait. You will be regretting. You will be regretting my words if you say I will be preparing only after the examination comes. The examination will come and go. Your name will not be there in the list. And if you want to see the name, I have few students. Just naming a few. There is a student. Sontharia, that is student, you can say a few other students. One student is there, Vaishnavi. There are few other students. One student is Rega. Teja. So there are few students, those who are so obsessed with being a food safety officer, and I can guarantee you on this front, you will see their name in the list. I can guarantee you on that any stamp paper. Because I believe whenever you have an obsession, obsession beats any talent, obsession beats any habit, and obsession beats anyone down the line. Or if you have the obsession of anyone, you will see your name in the list whenever the examination comes. Don't worry on that. Year 2006, my guarantee will be the year of vacancies of food safety officer. 2 vacancies in which my students have been selected. Rajasthan and Jharkhand have already been cleared. They have been selected. They have got their posting also. Maharashtra is soon coming. The result is soon coming. So 3 states have already cleared. Tamil Nadu, Odisha, Bihar, Delhi, Haryana, FSSAI, all will soon be available. Just start your preparation and be ruthless. Be so ruthless that not even, you can say, even God can say, yes, you deserve this seat and please be the next Central Food Safety Officer or Food Safety Officer of your state. A highly renowned vacancy, respectable vacancy, powerful vacancies, and the vacancy that can give you amazing aura, amazing powers. Just be obsessed with your food safety officer vacancy, food safety officer, so that you become the ranker. I always say I have rank 2, I have rank 6, I have rank 4, I have rank 20, I have rank 34, 36, 41. I have every rank. I need rank 1. Now my obsession is with rank 1. I need any one of you who come up and say, yes sir, I will be getting your rank 1 that you are missing from your feather in the cap. Okay, so prepare very well, prepare ruthlessly. Don't any time, not me also, I'm not saying I'm just your friend, I'm not being your mentor, not being your teacher. Don't blame any teacher anywhere. Okay, this is your first mantra that I'm telling you. You are studying from it. That you might be thinking I'm telling this thing because I want you to respect me. No, you can, you cannot. It's your choice. But any of the tutor, any of the sir, any of the you can say educator, your teacher, please respect them with utmost respect that they can get. Your success will be at your feet. I can give a written guarantee. Okay, so this was all about how food safety. What are the how FSS Act evolved? How the FSS Act 2006 came into existence. Now the Food Authority consisting of scientific committees and panels in fixing standards and by a central advisory committee in prioritization of the work. Now the Food Authority, now all these things I will be dealing in the FSI segment when I will be doing the genesis of FSI. But now just have a brief thing. Okay, Food Authority will be assisted by 2 things, scientific committees and central advisory committee. Now what the scientific committee does? Very important. These 2 lines are very important. Questions have come and questions will come. Now, there are 2 committees, scientific committee that will be made and panels that will be fixing standards, and a central advisory committee that will help in prioritization of the work. What does this mean? It means it will be help in the coordination. For example, FSSAI and scientific committee will be coordinated by central advisory committee. One thing, what the scientific committee does, it only fixes standards and makes standards. I hope this is clear. Now the enforcement of the legislation will be through state commissioners, food commissioner for food safety, his officers, and Panchayati Raj and municipal bodies. So this is the major how the question might come up. Okay, who are all are involved in the enforcement of FSS Act? Not only FSSAI. FSSAI is the, we can say, father of all, but enforcement of the legislation of the FSS Act through state food commissioners, his officers, Panchayati Raj municipal bodies, and its employees. All are involved in enforcement of this legislation that is known as FSS Act 2000. The bill incorporates the salient provisions of PFA, Prevention of Food Adulteration, 1954. Now, before this FSS Act, very important that was the PFA, Prevention of Food Adulteration, which came in 1954. Now, important thing, this is an year the PFA Act was passed, 1954, but it came into the force in the 1955. So be very cautious between these 2 years. Sometimes examiners put these 2 years and gives the question like came into force, or gives the question like became the act in the year. So there are 2 different years. PFA came in 1954, but came into force in 1955, and it is based on international legislation, instrumentalities, and Codex Alimentarius Commission related to food safety norm. Now, Codex Alimentarius Commission, very important. I will be doing all the important international organization and national organization. I will be doing all the organization and international organization, all the national organization and international organization. Whenever I will be completing these topics, the international organization. But at present, please understand, CAC is the Codex Alimentarius Commission, came in 1963, and it was made by two organizations, FAO and WHO. FAO is Food Agriculture and Organization, WHO is World Health Organization. WHO headquarters is in Geneva, FAO is in Rome, Italy. CAC, Codex Alimentarius Commission of Codex, it is situated in Rome, Italy. Came in the year 1963, made by two organizations. These two organizations made together made Codex, CAC, Codex Alimentarius Commission, and the India became member of Codex Alimentarius Commission in the year 1954. Very important things I have told. But I will be doing this Codex Alimentarius Commission in a very detailed manner. Okay, so you can, when you watch the lecture, you will have a clear understanding of Codex. Now, these are the main features of the Act that you can understand. Nothing very rocket science, so you can read them at your own pace. Now, I already told that Jan Vishwas Amendment, only one amendment that has been till now. Here you can see Jan Vishwas Amendment. Okay, so this is the Jan Vishwas Amendment. Jan Vishwas Amendment Provision Bill 2003 was passed in Lok Sabha during the monsoon session. Aims at giving a boost to ease of living and ease of doing business. What was the basic aim of this Jan Vishwas Amendment? Sometimes the grievances, sometimes the penalties are not so much, that the businessman should face the legalities, also should face the penalties, or you can say face the imprisonments. So ease of living and ease of doing business was the basic aim when the Jan Vishwas Amendment changed few of the provisions of FSS 2006. What are the provisions? I will be telling all these things. The bill proposes to amend 183 provisions in 42 central acts administered by 19 ministries, covering all these domains like environment, agriculture, media, trade, IT, copyright, motor vehicles, cinematography, and your food safety. Here you can see food safety. So Jan Vishwas Amendment amended the FSS Act. What were the amendments? I will be telling all those amendments. The main objective of the bill is to decriminalize minor offences that do not involve any harm to the public interest or national security and replace them with civil penalties and administrative action. So the main aim was to decriminalize for the minor offences. So there's a minor offence, you don't have to give them the harsh punishment for that. If you give them harsh punishment, then how would the business thrive and survive in India? Because a businessman already have 10 or 100 or even 50 people that they are employed or they have recruited. So all the homes of them get disturbed. So that is why there was some amendment. Okay, if you do some of the minor offences, you can get away with paying some fines and penalties. But your imprisonment, your punishment will not be there. That was the basic. Now, this is the amendment that was done. Very important question is bound to come from this type of things. In section 59, in clause 1, for the words imprisonment for term which may extend to 6 months and also with fine which may extend to 1 lakh rupees, the words imprisonment for term which may extend to 3 months and also with fine which may extend to 3 lakh rupees shall be substituted. In section 59, what all changes? The imprisonment which was until 6 months was changed to 3 months, and fine which was there till the fine which was there for 1 lakh rupees was changed to 3 lakh rupees. Section 61, there were changes. The marginal heading for the word punishment, the word penalty shall be substituted. Now, for the penalty, for the word punishment, the word penalty will be substituted. So, punishable with imprisonment for the term which may extend to 3 months and also fine which may extend to 2 lakh rupees. The words liable to penalty which may extend to 10 lakh rupees shall be substituted. What changes were there in section number 61? The word punishment was changed to penalty, and the penalty imprisonment that was there for 3 months was taken off, and the fine that was there for 2 lakh was changed to 10 lakh rupees. Only fine was there, penalty or you can say imprisonment was reduced. Now was changed, was abolished. In section 63, what all changes? The marginal heading for the word punishment, the word penalty shall be substituted. For the words punishable with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 6 months and also with a fine which may extend to 5 lakh rupees, the words liable to penalty which may extend to 10 lakh rupees. Here also same thing in section number 63, imprisonment that was there was changed, was abolished, and only liable to penalty up to 10 lakh rupees was changed. So these are the three things. Section 59, section 61, section 63, 59. 6 months penalty and 1 lakh rupees was changed to 3 months penalty, 3 months imprisonment and fine up to 3 lakh rupees. In section 61, punishment was there, imprisonment was there for 3 months, was abolished, was discarded, and fine of 2 lakh rupees was changed to fine to 10 lakh rupees. In section number 63, same thing, the term penalty was substituted for punishment, and there was an imprisonment for 6 months that was changed, abolished, discarded, and fine of 5 lakh rupees was changed to 10 lakh rupees. That was the major thing. So I have given you very important information here and very important pertaining to your examination. Now, key features of the bill. Key features of the bill. The bill seeks to remove imprisonment clauses and convert them to penalties. As you have seen, some imprisonment clauses were changed to penalties. The bill also introduces a compounding of offences in some provision, which means that offenders can settle the cases by paying a certain amount without going to court trial. The bill provides periodic revision of fines and penalties for every 3 years with an increase of 10% of minimum amount of various offences in specified act. Now, very important thing that was there also. After it revised to minimum 10% of the amount of the act of that fine amount. For example, if fine is 10 lakh rupees, after 3 years it will change to 11 lakh rupees. Okay, so 10% of 10 lakh is 1 lakh, so 11 lakh will be changed after 3. But one thing that was very important here to remember is that in some of the penalties, in imprisonment was changed, and in some of the penalties, you have to remember the old one and the new one simultaneously. Okay, so now we are starting with a new one. I hope everything is clear till now. Just let me know. Is everything clear till now? Is everything clear till now? Srivanti, Shilpi, Vaishnavi, Goswami, Surya, Raghuteja, please let me know any doubt, any query, any suggestion, anything pertaining to anything. Just let me know. Yes, it has already been passed. It has already been, Goswami, it was already passed. Here you can see Gazette of India extraordinary notification. You can see the changes have already been mentioned in the Gazette of India. Okay, it has already been passed. Yeah, bill I have mentioned. See, Jan Vishwas amendment. See, amendment is not important. I am here to tell you amendment. What amendment? Now the name of the amendment is important. When the amendment happened and what were the amendments? These are only 3 things that you need to do. See, whatever I'm telling you is a holistic approach and holistic development to your education, to your, you can say, Edtech, or you can say whole course. That is why I'm telling everything in a deep way. But here, important things that you need to remember is Jan Vishwas Amendment Act 2006 changed your amendment, change your some portion of the act. Which one? The 3 sections that I told you. When that happened? That happened on 2020. That is the only thing. Few things that are important is that from every 3 years there will be periodic revisions of 10%. You can also have a out of court settlement. They are the 2 things that were important. But any other thing apart from this is not important from perspective to your examination. Okay, only 3 or 4 things that are important I have already explained regarding amendment that were important to you. Okay, I hope this is clear. Should I proceed? Please let me know. Surya, Raghu, Goswami, should I proceed? Should I proceed? Yes, sir, go ahead. Okay, so not that important. That Jan Vishwas is not that important. I have told you because it was related to your Act amendment. Okay, don't worry on that. Now, Food Safety and Standard Act. I have already explained. Here, Act of 2006. The Food and Standard Act 2006 received the assent known as Food Safety and Standard Act 2006, number 34 of 2006. It is an act to consolidate the laws relating to food and to establish the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India for laying down science-based standards for articles of food and to regulate the manufacture, storage, distribution, sale and import to ensure availability of safe and wholesome food for human consumption and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto. This was the basic definition of FSSA Act 2006. There is some interview. If someone asks the definition of FSS Act, this is the definition of to establish Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. One more important thing, you have to read everything in a very deep manner, in a very deep way. Now, why I'm saying that? In one of the examination, there was a question, give a full form of FSSAI. Very easy question. Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. They have removed the S. In one of the options, they have written Food and Safety Standards Authority of India. So that which the words, the letters here and there, and many of the students got that wrong. Even the easy question you can get wrong if you have not done a thorough revision of anything that you are studying. I always say minimum resources. So you can do maximum revision. Very, very important. Maximum revision is the key to your success. Okay. Now the genesis of Food Safety and Standard Act 2006. Prior to the enactment of Food Standard and Safety Act 2006, there were a number of food-related legislation administered by different ministries of Government of India. I had already explained. There were many acts and orders that were repealed by FSS Act. So in this class only, in the future course were repealed. So before this enactment, there were a number of this legislation that were there running. Legislation prescribed the minimum regulatory standard for various types of food and food products prior to FSS Act. Now there is one very important question. Sometimes the paper asks how many acts and orders were repealed by by FSS Act 2000. The option comes 7 and 8. Many people confused for 7 and 8. I was also one of them. Maybe 7, maybe 8, but now I am 100% sure the answer is 8. Few logics behind them was the 8th one have been written as any act in the essential commodity. So it itself become an act. Second important thing is that was important was here you can see no less than 8 legislation. So they have already mentioned that 8 legislation were prescribed for the minimum regulatory standard. So here third majority of the answers from FSSAI have also come as an 8 as an answer. So you can blind eye, you can just remember the 8 not from 7 and 8. I have done my research. You don't get confused between 7. Remember the 8 as an. Over a period of time, this led to state of and enforcement agencies. This created confusion among food businesses, consumer traders, manufacturers, and investors, and hampered the growth of modern food processing sector in country as well as fixation of food safety standards. Further, the existing laws on food had failed to match the rapid evolution of food-related technologies and advancements in the production, distribution, and marketing of food. Now, this says what was the need? What was how? 1 minute. Sorry. So, what was the genesis? That act came. Why? What was the need? Why? Few logics behind it. Few reasons. Many act and orders were there. There was a lot of haphazard things. Lot of you can say a sort of as we say in Hindi, khichdi. A more of like porridge of all the action orders. So very not in a very streamlined manner. Everything was not a very streamlined manner. And one more important thing was that. The PF Act and all these acts that were there to the standards of current era and scenarios. There was not very scientific thing, not related to technologies. There were also contradicting. One act was contradicting into another one. So there were the various things that were important in genesis of food safety insurance. Genesis is nothing but origin. How this originated, why this originated is the genesis of meaning of genesis, origin. Okay, realizing how inadequate these acts and orders were, proving the Prime Minister Council of Trade and Industry in 1988 recommended enactment of a comprehensive legislation of food, subsuming all the present food laws to modernize the food sector and ensure the food safety. I have already explained this in a very detailed manner in the previous. In 2004, the Joint Parliamentary Committee JPC emphasized that all present food laws should be converged and there should be just one regulatory body for the whole of India. The Food Standards and Safety Bill 2005 was passed by both the Houses of Parliament and after extensive discussions, consultation and stakeholders and forging a consensus of contentious issues and became an act on 23rd August 2006. One more thing very important that I would like to explain here, and it is very funny. There are few things that are written wrong on the FSI website also. On the FSI website, it is written as it has been written as 2nd of August. That is wrong. 2nd of August it was passed in Rajasthan. 23rd August was the date, year, and time that was enacted and passed. And you can say the year of month, year, and day of act enacted. Assented to was 23rd August 2000. The Food Safety and Standard Act 2006, Act number 34 of 2006, received the assent of President of India on 23rd August 2006 and therefore after published in Gazette of India on 24th August 2006. Various provision of the Act came into force on various dates through several notifications in this regard dated 2007, 8, 9, 10, 10. Not very important dates. Don't remember that. White Cabinet Secretary notification at the Government of India allocation of business through 1961 dated 2007. The subject Food Safety and Standard Act was shifted to Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. The Ministry of Food Processing Industry is very, very important. Mark my words, very important. Very, very important. Before that, the Food Safety and Standard Act was under the Ministry of Food Processing Industries. Ministry of Food Processing Industries, the Ministry of Food Processing Industries. I again repeat, Food Safety and Standard Act currently is under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, but in 2006 it was not that way. In 2006 it was under Ministry of Food Processing Industries. In 2007, 17th of September 2007, the subject Food Safety and Standard Act 2006 was shifted to Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Family Welfare, very, very important. Okay, so now this becomes very important question. Okay, in 2006, the FSS Act was not under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. It was under Ministry of Food Processing Industry. In 2007, 17th of September, it changed into Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Very important question. Ministry of Food Processing Industries was set up in the year 1988. Very important. Ministry of Food Processing Industries was set up in the year 1988. This question have already came in Central Food Safety Officer examination. So ministry year are very important. Now one question to all. When was Ministry of Health established? In the year. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. One important question to all. When was Ministry of Health and Family Welfare established? Anyone? Raghu, Soundarya, Surya, Goswami, Vaishnavi, Shilpi, Sravanti. Anyone? When was Ministry of Health and Family Welfare established? Anyone? Fast. No idea. Just an important hint. Very important year for India. Very important year for it. Any idea of Ministry of Health established? Anyone? See, whenever I ask a question, if you don't know, write no. Shilpi saying 1945. Raghu saying 1945. 1945. Shilpi saying 1950. Anyone? Fast. Goswami saying 1947 or 50. Vaishnavi saying 1940. Is it right, sir? I will be telling. No idea. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare was established from the basic independence of India, 1947. There were 8 to 9 ministries. The cabinet ministry, the first cabinet that was held after independence, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare were always okay. So Vaishnavi was right. Goswami was also partially right. Okay, very important thing. 1947. This was on the basic of the ministries that were formed. The Ministry of Health was formed in 19. Okay, and one more thing very important. Suppose that this question, if might have come in the paper, you should. This is known as intelligent guessing. Now you should remember and you should know this. Okay, either the option would be 1947, 1950, 1960, or 1965. For example, these 4 options. Now whenever you put a fluke, tukka, the 2 important years have been 1947 and 50, and you should have that feeling. This health is something that is a basic thing. Okay, food processing is something very extensive, very elaborative, or you can say technical. Might be not there in 1947, but health is something that is very basic to human fundamental rights. So that is how you come up with intelligent guessing also. Okay, so that was the year 1947. Ministry of Health was formed. 1988, Ministry of Food Processing. Okay, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare wide the Food Safety and Standard Removal of Difficulties Order dated 15th October 2007 in subsection 1 in clause C of section 6, the Food Safety and Standard Act 2006, the word health, the words food processing industry was okay. From the word health, the words food processing industry was substituted. So this was important things that I needed to tell you in this lecture. And from next tomorrow we will be having our second lecture of FSSA. We'll be completing few more important things from this act. So till then, see you tomorrow. Have obsession with your studies. Have obsession with this, and I'm bound to make you clear this examination anyhow. I'm also preparing on one book, one-stop solution of food safety officer examination, and working on a very. See, my courses and my books and my things will always be at a very reduced price. I always believe for the betterment of students is always there whenever you reduce your price. Few people in the community or the few Edtechs that are charging fees on a very high, but I take the fees that is very genuine. After getting all the expensive, the fees that I'm taking is negligible for me. Okay, but only one thing that I need obsession, I need preparation, discipline, dedication from. Okay, so it's been 9 o'clock and my second class is scheduled. So I will be meeting you all tomorrow from 8 o'clock. We'll be having a lecture number 2. Till then, bye. Take care. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Jai.